We have Todd from WHOADOUGH today. Todd, welcome to the Bunny James Warehouse series.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're excited to be talking to you today because just to let you know, in the Bunny James Warehouse, your product is now the #1 eaten product by employees. So uh, it really, since it came in there, and everyone tried it, they were like, "Oh, is this cookie dough? Is this a nutritional bar? Is this both?" And everyone is going absolutely nuts for it. So kudos to you. Maybe real quickly we can just tell everybody what WHOADOUGH is. I know you're newer to the market, and I think you can explain that a lot better than I can. So,
Sure. WHOADOUGH is a line of plant-based, gluten-free, vegan cookie dough bars that you can eat out of the fridge or on the go. You know, what I found is when I got diagnosed with severe gluten intolerance in 2011, I realized that I was not going to be able to eat my favorite treats anymore.
mm,
And I really kind of went on this search to find, indulgent products. And when they didn't exist, I decided to create one.
that's a perfect description of how your product turned out, actually, because I think when we tried we've had things that people try to do a play on cookie dough, and it really, for the most part, tastes like cookie dough, unless like a nutritional bar. And so I think you nailed it because, and something that we've noticed is, like, when you eat cookie dough and you can almost like crunch on the little pieces of like sugar or whatever are in there, and it kind of reminds you that it's cookie dough. The bar has the same feeling, and we're big fans of that.
And so I always say to people, when you eat a protein bar or the other types of treats that are gluten free that taste very like almost like gritty. And
Hmm.
for us, you know, I had not been able to eat cookie dough for such a long time. But when I would ask, when we start to create WHOADOUGH and the recipe we have today, we went out and asked a lot of people that did have allergies, what do you like most about cookie dough? And they would say it's the brown sugar, it's that crunch you get before it's cooked.
Yeah.
And so, the secret sauce is really just using real brown sugar, just like you'd use it making cookies with your family.
You're right. You're right. That's what it is, because that brown sugar, it's also a little bit thicker too, so it'll give you that crunch. That's awesome. One thing that I like to do on the Warehouse series is just give everybody a glimpse into you and what your business is like. And I think one question that I've never asked any other entrepreneur, especially at your stage, is what does the day-to-day look like for you right now? Just so anyone who may be watching this munching on your bar can get a good understanding of what's a day in the life of the WHOADOUGH founder.
So I'll give you kind of a full rundown. So my day usually starts between 5:30 and 6. That's when at least one of my three boys is awake. And so it usually starts with some combination of my son running downstairs to eat breakfast and me grabbing my phone to check emails as I'm walking down the stairs to make him breakfast. Um, and then at some point during that time, it's a conversation about can I have a waffle or can I have a WHOADOUGH for breakfast? And then I actually take, we kind of divvy it up between me and my wife. And I take my one son, Grayson, to school. And
Hmm.
then in school, I typically head right to the office. And from that point on, it's just, I don't want to say mayhem, but it's, you know, owning and, running a startup company, like you never know what's going to happen. And so, it could be, trying to figure out when your display units are going to get shipped, or getting a large order that's unexpected. How are you going to fulfill it?
Hmm.
And those are just every single day. Like there's new rewarding things that happen. There's also new challenges. But that's kind of the fun part of running an innovative food company where you know that you're making an impact on people's lives. And then usually depending on the day, I pick my son up from school, and my son Grayson usually comes back to the office with me, where he's only 3.5, but he gets to feed the fish, pack WHOADOUGH boxes. He created a song called WHOADOUGH Worms, which I don't know if I can say that because it's so weird. Like one day last week, we were in my office and he was taking his WHOADOUGh bars and playing with them like cookie dough, and he
Yeah.
started singing WHOADOUGH Worms. And so, you know, no one day is the same. There's there's ebb and flows and ups and downs like anything. But to me, the one thing I do every day is I read the reviews from my customers. So whether that's on Amazon or emails, it's reading the impact we're having on people's lives. Because
Yeah.
though I thought I was alone in not being able to enjoy cookie dough, um, there are millions and millions of people out there that are affected by allergies, whether it's gluten, egg, dairy, just choose to live a vegan lifestyle. Like they all want a healthy snack or a healthy indulgence. They want that time of, happiness of eating cookie dough with their mom or their kids or their grandparents. And so when I read the reviews every day and I see the impact we're having, that's the most rewarding part of my day.
Yeah, that's beautifully said, and the reason we do what we do is for the exact same reason, and we provide gifting options for people of all diets and allergies. So that's why we love partnering with brands like you that really make it possible to have something that someone who's gluten intolerant or plant-based may not have been previously able to have. And I think a good example of that is sometimes people are confused on why someone who lives on a plant-based diet or a vegan diet wants to have vegan beef jerky, right? It's something similar, right? It's because we grew up eating certain things and we still, like the concept of eating those things. We like the taste of those things, and just sometimes we have to change our diet a little bit. So products like yours that make that available to people is just such a blessing. So I think that wraps it up for me today. But that's wonderful. I love your product. Are there any new products or things down the road that we can expect from you that people watching can get excited for?
So, we have our 6 flavors. We haven't started thinking about what comes next,
Yeah.
in the sense of like what flavors are next. And so we're always open if people have suggestions on what they would like to see, especially the people that are eating from the boxes they receive. Um, you know, Further down in our pipeline, we do have an edible uh, cookie dough that we've created, but we're not just right. We're not ready to launch it. It'll probably be something much further out. Today, we just really want to focus on the bars because they provide that option of eating them out of the fridge, on the go. There's no restrictions. They give you that cookie dough indulgence without really having to sacrifice taste or quality or need to be refrigerated or spoon. So today our focus really is on the bars. It really makes me happy that we're able to provide this type of indulgent snack to people with allergens, and also for the 6 flavors are allergen free, and so that's good for parents who want to give this as a snack for their kids to go to school, or people that work in schools where you can't have nuts.
Yeah, I think this is a great application for kids, and it's fun. Like, what kid doesn't want to carry around a stick of cookie dough? You know?
Right. That's
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. And if anybody wants to try out WHOADOUGH, we will post the boxes that it's in below. And Todd, thanks so much for hopping on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much as well.